Over the past few years, I've discovered and fallen in love with the music of many artists in the modern underground scene, but none of them have climbed the ranks to become one of my favorite artists of all time quite as quick as Rahiem Supreme, an artist whose style is so singular, so uniquely his, that he almost seems otherworldly. Rahiem Supreme has been making music for over a decade now, coming out of the DMV, a music scene rich with history and culture in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. In a genre that prides itself on individuality, the underground scene today seems to have a very homogenized style, with a bombardment of artists sounding like a clone of somebody who was inspired by classic 90s hip-hop, so it's rare that someone truly sets themselves apart from the pack stylistically. While most artists are drawing direct inspiration from the 90s, Rahiem is more inspired by the colorful and in-your-face style of the 70s and 80s. He's credited early rap pioneers like Slick Rick and Houdini, as well as non-rap icons like Rick James and Prince, as some of the artists who he's most inspired by, and that inspiration goes from everything to the sound of the music to his visual presentation. Rahiem's vibe ranges from sensual 70s R&B singer to alien abduction art shows, taking those ideals and motifs that he looked up to when he was young, and injecting them with his unique blend of creativity and strangeness, evolving the style into something brand new. His first mixtape, Genesis, came out all the way back in 2011, but it was his 2012 follow-up, Swag Genie, that has an intro that I feel like perfectly introduces the world to what Rahiem stands for.
I really used to love hip-hop. The originality, the creativity, all mixed with lyrical ability. What happened? It's like the rappers with the most swag can't rap, and the rappers with no swag can rap their asses off. I just wish there was a balance.
Rahiem is the perfect blend of extreme talent and a completely unique swagger that can flip the game on its head. While some underground artists are trying their hardest to conceal their image and let the music stand alone, Rahiem chooses to showcase his art visually as well as sonically. In the same way that film uses music to help transport the viewer into the scene, Rahiem's music transports the listener right where he wants you to be. But if you take away the cars, the cover art, and the videos, you still have one of the most talented rappers around right now. He uses this syncopated flow that feels like it's off-roading around the beat, and there's a clarity to his lyricism. While his delivery is unique and unfiltered, he makes sure that you never lose track of his bars. Just like some other artists that I've made videos about, this man is an incredibly hard worker. He started off the decade on a steady pace, but by 2020 he was releasing a project every couple months. And even though his unique presence is surely felt on every track, he covers a wide range of styles within his wheelhouse. If one Rahiem Supreme album isn't up your alley, then I guarantee you he has a dozen other projects that you would like. On his 2018 EP grand opening, he rocks an oversized fur coat while he drinks champagne, perfectly matching the smoothness of the tape's sound. The project is only 8 songs long, but ranges from the sultry and sensual Barry White vibes, to him detailing stressful street tales on Greenlight, to the Griselda-esque Had a Dream, with the assistance of UNKHLEJOHN.
My whole squad at the pit stop, check the clock, you know what time it is. Stay cautious, hide your mama kids, missing children on the milk carton. It's so obnoxious, your brother out here snitching, seen your sister, so we popped her. I dreamed that this never happened, never took a life, never seen it drastic. I see my future, see it flashing, I had a dream of what happened.
UNKHLEJOHN is a frequent collaborator of Rahiem's. The two met at an open mic in DC around 2013, and their collaborations always bring out some of the best hip-hop around. UNKHLEJOHN provides a perfect contrast to Rahiem's otherworldly escapism, with a more grounded and gritty direction, but still with his own creative flair. The two have become one of the most dynamic partnerships in hip-hop right now, and Rahiem has even been releasing records through UNKHLEJOHN's Shop Records. Another one of my favorite collabs between the two is LTOs and God, off of his 2019 album The Matador. The two go back and forth, cutting it up over this unsettling church choir-like sample. It's a sound that only these two artists could give us together, but it's the opener on this album, called My Prices Are Going Up, that's in the running for my favorite Rahiem Supreme track ever. He rocks this flow that speeds up and slows down seemingly at the turn of a dial. It's amazing that he's able to stay on beat, seemingly changing the time signatures of his rapping over this beautifully simple piano sampled beat. And then it all leads to the ultra cool refrain saying my prices are going up.
Russian diligence and nose candy. A trunk full of some old panties from all the women I had sex with. Was so dandy, from the littlest petite booties to the big old fannies. Spiral stairs and chandeliers, maybe get some pussy today. Which leads me to say, my prices is going up.
With his music, there's this underlying layer of coolness with every song, but also an overwhelming sense of fun. Rahiem just sounds like he's having a ball on every track, and it's so fun to listen to. All of his albums to this point have been great, but 2021 is when his music took another huge jump to me. He started off the year with 9 Diagrams, a project fully produced by Axe Puzzles, and feels like a palpable step into the more abstract for Rahiem. His lyrics are so descriptive on songs like Ashy Axe, and with his lyricism combined with the colorful production and purposefully unmastered vocal quality, this project sounds like stepping into another world.
He had powder on his nose, shirt with bullet holes, freckles and hang moles, dead skin and fungus on his toes, smile with his teeth missing, talk with a list. He's robbing niggas since a kid. He kept a chrome revolver on his hip, dirty dick nigga never used condoms. Spit swap saliva with women, swinger parties doing drugs and snicker dicking wallaby clocks, pimps talk slang, fist fights let your nuts hang.
Splash Bandicoot was the first Rahiem project that I ever heard, or even saw. I remember scrolling through Twitter and saw someone post this cover art, and it immediately caught my eye. If you've watched my Aldivino video, then you know how much I appreciate his visual style, and he fully produced this album for Rahiem, so it's a perfect blending of their styles. This project has Rahiem being a little more abrasive and in your face with his delivery, and on top of this Divino production, it sounds like if Jackson Pollock made an action movie.
Grand finale, man of the hour. Fist of the North Star, snake of the crane fist. Rocky the grappler, popping willies on the dirt bikes. Flaunt his ice, swerve a buck around the right. We play the X Games champion highlights. How I learn and yearning for more. Digital dash play on the dashboard. The air kid on the car, touch all the way to the floor.
His project called Rahiem is an Alien starts off with combo push button select, which sounds like an arcade game aboard a UFO. But the project ends with Dirty Biker Jacket, which is up there with My Prices Are Going Up as one of my 2 favorite Rahiem tracks. This song sounds like the musical embodiment of the movie Easy Rider. In all my life of listening to rap music, I have never once heard an artist capture this vibe on a track. It's got such a cool sound.
Yo, man, most want a man living on the run. Just got his girlfriend, his motorcycle, bad at couple guns. Life of an outlaw, spikes on his jacket, baited cop cars, tripping off acid, he's not normal. Robbing banks, sticking up the spot, hit ghosts from town to town. Lay that murder gang down if you try. Living on the edge, either you or me. Gunstraw, another death, start hearing the signs, display the same.
Another thing that sets Rahiem apart from most other rappers is that he embraces his female fans. While a lot of underground hip-hop these days is considered music to scare the hoes, Rahiem embraces that part of his fan base. In fact, he embraces every part of his fan base. He's a chameleon with the ability to fit into every subgenre of hip-hop if he wanted to. With every single project that he releases, he gets more and more comfortable with his own sound, embracing the weirdness that makes him stand out, and becoming the unique voice that the game needs right now. If you haven't listened to Rahiem up to this point, definitely go check him out. Along with the projects I mentioned here, I would also highly recommend his projects Black Cinema, All I Ever Wanted, The Man Wears Moschino, The Treacherous Charm, The Fly Metaphysics, Barbadian Folklore, Black Keys with Melodies, and Dogon Serious. But if you're interested at all, then go check out anything he's made. I guarantee there's something for you within his discography. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know down in the comments what is your favorite Rahiem Supreme song or album. If you want to talk music or anything at all, make sure to hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. I have a very busy summer planned with a lot of videos headed your way, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.